What is up, YouTube? What is up, Giants fans? It is your boy Jay Dimes. We're back at it with another New York Giants video. Back at it with another New York Giants banger. And if this is your first time watching, make sure you leave a like, make sure you comment, and make sure you hit the subscribe button if you love Giants football. The Giants are 5-1. The Giants been kicking ass, so I know you love some Giants football. So hit that subscribe button and join the channel. Alright, I'm going to keep it 100 with everyone. If you are watching this video, 9 times out of 10, you are a happy Giants fan. In my comments, I've not really seen a lot of people saying that they don't believe in this team. So we're going to be on the same wavelength when I say this. It's time for people to take the New York Giants serious. It's time. When we knocked out the Tennessee Titans, we were happy. You know, we were 1-0 finally to start the season. And we were happy that we won a game. You know what I'm saying? Brian Dable wins in his first coach game. So we were all happy. But we weren't really talking about us making the playoffs. We weren't really talking about us being an actual legitimate threat after winning that game. Then we knock off the Panthers, you know, and then we're like, okay, we might actually have something going here. We might actually have something going here. We lose to the Dallas Cowboys. We drop to 2-1. But then we knock off the Bears. That's the team we should be, right? Then we knock off the Green Bay Packers. So then we're like, okay, we just beat Aaron Rodgers in London. Daniel Jones is balling out. Then it happens on Sunday. Can we knock off the Baltimore Ravens? If the Giants knock off the Baltimore Ravens, then I think the narrative needs to be changed automatically about how this New York Giants team is playing. And the Giants just do that. They do just that. They knock off Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. So when I'm looking at this team, when I'm looking at the schedule, you have to take this Giants team as an actual threat in the NFC. You actually have to take you have to, because the Giants, are they a team that's gonna put up 35 points a game? Are they the Kansas City Chiefs or the Buffalo Bills? Hell no. No, they're not. But they're a team that's led by good coaching. They are a team that's led about making plays when everything matters. And in my opinion, they are one of the best coached teams in all of the NFL. They are the best coached team in all of the NFL. And when it comes to the second half adjustments that these coaches have, you know, put performances on in these games, those are things that are going to win the Giants games. And those are things that I think are difference makers when we're talking about the Giants in the long run of this season. Look at this schedule. Am I knocking off am I knocking the Texans? Am I knocking the Lions or the Seahawks or the Jaguars we had this week in Jacksonville? No, I'm not. But those are games the Giants should win. Those are games that I think the Giants are just better than those teams. I feel like they're going to be able to make plays against those teams. I feel like they're going to be better coached against those teams. So when I'm looking at that, that's also a reason why you need to take the Giants serious. And the coaching and the way these players are playing is something that we have not seen from the Giants players in a very long time. Dexter Lawrence hasn't been a Pro Bowl, all-pro type of player his first three seasons of his career. He hasn't. And now you see him playing at a very, very, very high level in the Wink Martindale-led defense. We're looking at Daniel Jones. If we're looking at Daniel Jones and, you know, he's been kind of mid, he's been throwing interceptions, then I wouldn't be so confident in saying the Giants can go run the table and stack up some dubs and be an actual threat in the NFC. But look at how he's playing with the practice squad receivers on the bum ankle, with an injured Saquon, with an inconsistent offensive line right now that has to warm up, it has to get better. He's playing great football through 2 passing touchdowns. For all my passing touchdown nerds, he has what, 3 touchdowns in 5 games. He has 3 touchdowns in 5 games. Well, he threw 2 passing touchdowns this past Sunday. We're looking at Saquon Barkley, who alone can win you a game any given Sunday. Can be the real difference maker. Can be the best player on the field when he's on the field. Each and every week, he has a play where it's just, wow. He could have really iced it in Sunday's game against the Ravens. He could have really put it all away. Could have had 2 touchdowns. But he secured the dub without even doing it. So Saquon Barkley's back. He's a legitimate threat alone by himself. And then you're looking at this defense. Wink Martindale's the MVP of the team, which I've been saying it for weeks. He's the MVP. He has his defense playing at a very high level when we don't have a real legitimate linebacker one. I like Tay Cry, I like Jalen Smith. Can't wait to see Landon Collins come back. But we don't really have a legitimate linebacker one. We don't have a legitimate field general at linebacker. We have a rotation going at cornerback 2. We have a revolving door going at cornerback 2. We can barely stop the run. Kenyon Drake ran on us like crazy in Sunday's battle. But the Giants defense is getting teams off the field on third down. They're making big plays when it matters. They are consistently giving the Giants offense chances. They're consistently, making big plays. Kayvon Thibodeau with a strip sack to win the game, to ice it all, to win the game versus Lamar Jackson. That's a big play. And those are plays that, when we look at the pass regime of the New York Giants, the past New York Giants, they haven't been making those plays. They haven't been making those plays. If we're looking at, if Joe Judge is coaching his team, Lamar Jackson goes down the field and wins the game. But no, not with Brian Daboll, not with Wink Martindale. Also want to give credit out to Mike Kafka, the Giants offensive coordinator, who just finds a way with limited receivers to get the Giants in the end zone. If it's not Saquon Barkley, he still finds a way to get the Giants in the end zone. Right? If it's Daniel Bellinger running it in, if it's not Saquon out the Wildcat, he's finding a way to get the Giants points. And that's just something we've not been used to seeing over the past couple of seasons. And I feel like this team, with the coaching of Brian Daboll, who is the coach of the year by far, when you look at the roster he has, this Giants is a serious team. This Giants is a team that needs to be taken serious. And this is a team that you got to start respecting if you're not respecting them already. The outside media needs to start respecting this team. They have to. Right now, we are the underdogs versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 2-4, coming off a loss versus the Indianapolis Colts. And we saw how the Colts played in that Broncos game. So I don't understand what's that about. The Giants are 5-1. The Giants have knocked off the Titans. The Giants knocked off the Packers. They knocked off the Ravens. And we're the underdogs versus Jacksonville on the road? That's crazy to me. You got the lady on ESPN, even before we knocked off the Ravens, saying the Giants should be tanking. The Giants shouldn't be trying to win games. Are you serious? It's time for you to start showing these Giants some respect. It's time for these outside teams and these other fans of the NFL and these media, these analysts, all these journalists, all that. Start taking the Giants as a serious team. Start taking them as a serious threat, led by Brian Daboll, led by Wink Martindale, led by Daniel Jones, led by Saquon Barkley. Start taking this team serious. Look at the schedule. The Eagles, in my opinion, yes, they have a great team. Yes, they are undefeated. Yes, they're the best team record-wise in all of football right now. But they didn't look like world beaters on Sunday to me. They looked good in that second quarter, but outside of that, they didn't look that good to me. Dallas, I feel like we have a chance against Dallas. They always beat us, but I just feel like we weren't healthy all the way in that game. And I feel like if we're healthy on Thanksgiving, it's going to be a battle. Washington, they're in the basement right now, so we're not really going to speak on them, but take this Giants team serious. This Giants team is serious. I feel like it's time for people to start showing this team respect. This is not the New York Giants. This is the new New York Giants, a double new New York Giants. So start taking this team serious, start showing them some goddamn respect, and that's what's gonna do. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button, and until then, it's been your boy Jay Dons, and I am out. Go Giants.